Hello, and welcome to a collection of videos on the Oracle Cloud, brought to you by Belltane, a full-service Oracle Cloud solution provider. This series is on the Business Intelligence Cloud, and this is video number 1, in which we'll provide an overview of the basic capabilities, functionality, and operation of the Oracle Business Intelligence Cloud. When users sign on, there's a home page that provides several different quick links to resources, capabilities, and functionalities. So for example, you'll see some of the most recent reports and dashboards viewed over here, along with a selection of favorites, links to create new analyses, load data for additional analyses or data mashups, and a quick tour of product capabilities and functionality. For more detailed documentation, videos, and learning streams, users can go to the Academy and see all the different documentation videos and get additional help. Administrative users will have access to the console for managing users and security, managing the different data sets, issuing SQL directly to the database, managing snapshots and models and backups, changing connections, settings, and so on. Users with data modeling permissions would have access to the modeling capabilities, where the fact tables are defined, dimensions, KPIs, different types of data modeling requirements are taken care of here to then create the dashboards and reports with. Access to the catalog may be granted so people can see the different reports from a more organized perspective in the catalog format, create and manage analyses, or look and view at the different dashboards. We'll start with the sales overview dashboard. And this is a dashboard. You'll note this particular dashboard has 2 pages, both a top products page and a sales summary page. On the sales summary page, we see the key KPIs here with some color coding as well to highlight various different ones that we want to draw people's attention to. You'll note that there is a set of prompts and selections over here. So if you only want to see just the Americas region, for example, then you can click on that. If you want to see all or go back to select just the APAC, then you get only those items and their KPIs displayed in here. Oracle dashboards and reports are very dynamic. So for example, on the table, you will see that I can highlight the Pocket Fund series of products, and I can drill down to the SKU level and look at the various different details underneath that particular product line. The same functionality is available from various different graphs and charts, which you see first we have the pop-ups to show us a little bit more detail and how they're ranked and weighted. And then we can also drill down to them directly from the graph. Take a quick look at the top products dashboard, where it uses a similar type set of prompts over here, but now we're looking at it by products and not by sales. And looking at the profit revenue as plotted out here over on the bubble chart. Again, quickly selecting one of the prompts will allow you to provide additional filters. You'll note as well that, again, many different aspects of charts and graphs are drillable. So I can drill down on region to show a lot more detail at a lower level of all the different areas that go to make up the APAC region. Some more detailed examples here of sales analytics on the sales examples dashboard here. You'll note that this one, of course, has quite a few more pages on the dashboard. This first page is just a selection of graphic examples to show you different types of graphs that are available. Using a similar set of prompts, but you'll notice we've changed the layout here in order to make the prompt set go across the top. But just like previously we showed with prompts, you can just pick one of the values, select it, and then you get the additional filtering based off your prompt selections. Again, we show in a bubble chart here how you have the drill down capabilities as well as the little pop-up buttons. And if there's additional levels in the hierarchy for drill capabilities, then you can continue to drill down to the lowest possible level. This dashboard page has an example of different ways of using trellises to help you get a quick visual representation of trending, charting, and so on. And these are also drillable, as you'll note here. We can continue to go down through the different levels of the products, business lines, and so on. The tree map, as we've seen, is a very useful representation. It shows a weighted average here of all the different products with a continuous color fill type map. Another simple example of a graph and of chart and grid that allows you to continue your drill downing. A little bit more detail. Sometimes you see at a high level a number, and you may want to find out more information about that number. So in this case, we have linked in some additional capabilities to navigate down to customer details for that number of 708,000 that makes up the communication line for APAC. So we'll see all the additional customer details, and from a customer analysis level, we've gotten over there from drilling from that previous chart. Again, you'll see some additional graphics and displays, KPIs across the top. Now we're looking at customer analysis so that we show it by segment, by marital status, and by gender. You can even drill down then on some of these customer segments in this particular example to show a great list in detail of your customers. Another very popular mechanism for drilling around is not to open up additional ones, but to display these within a full hierarchy. So as you can see, we can continue to open up within the same report down to the SKU level again, but using it from a hierarchy perspective. You can close those back up, you can drill more, drill less, and so on and so forth. Again, the prompts are all still working. You'll note that these hierarchical drills will work on rows or columns, and then you can close them back up as well. This is another very popular mechanism for interacting with the data sets. Again, what you see is a starting high-level grid where we have information, but what I'd like to be able to do is get more detail on the various pieces of components of information that make up each individual cell. So in this case, you'll see I'm at the intersection of Americas 2013 and BizTech line. When I click on that number right there, the 9,332,000, you'll see that now what we have displayed over here is the 9,332,000 just for Americas, BizTech, and 2013. I can quickly shift to 2013 FunPod for APAC. And now you'll see the 5,587,000 for APAC. This is a very popular mechanism for allowing simultaneous display of a lot of different information at both a high level, aggregated level, and a detailed level as well. We'll look at a little bit more functionality here and capabilities that we like to see in reports a lot of times. In this particular case, we're looking at revenue versus month ago revenue. So you can see at a glance that in October of 2012, prior month was higher, but as we've moved on, things are looking a little bit better. We're higher on this month versus last month. Quite often, of course, you'll want to look at year to date, which is a very necessary measure for tracking your progress throughout the year and as you look to meet various different goals and so on. At a little bit more detailed level here, there's all type of calculations, but one of which we see quite often is people want to see, for example, the percentage of full revenue. So you can create calculated measures that show you the full revenue for a particular time, area, line of business, and so on, and then look at the percentages of the different lines of businesses, products, and so on. So, for example, if you look in this particular case, you might notice when it's all summed up that it says 49% of the full revenue. You might think that would be incorrect, but as it turns out, it's because we've selected all of the different, some specific subsets on our filters there. If we take those off, of course, now you'll see that it does in fact total to 100%. These continue to go through from the drill down, so you'll see from communication, 25.8%, 7 million in revenue. As we drill down, it continues to keep the same numbers. And that works even if you look at EMEA. So EMEA was 38.3%. And you still see 38.3%. But now you see it at a much lower level. And you can continue to drill down as well, so that you'll see that we've got 2.1% for North Africa. And as we continue to drill down, we'll see that as a percentage of revenue, we still have that same number, but it's now showing only by the components and the countries that make up North Africa. There's a whole lot more that's capable and available in these dashboards and interactions. We look forward to bringing you more detail in some of the additional videos in the series. Don't forget to check the rest of them. There'll be several more on the Business Intelligence Cloud service going into a lot more detail on these. Thanks so much. We'll see you later.